Hello everyone, my name is Siegepog, also known as Mogun2E. I'm just going to be showing off some of the core mechanics as well as core competitive characters you'll be seeing in Guns 2 the Second Duel. This is mostly a unedited video for Guns 1 players that are not too familiar with the game and what the game has to offer, and I'm going to give you my top level perspective of the game and what makes it different from Guns 1 and also similar, but mostly a little bit different. The mechanics are essentially the same, but just how it's used is a little bit different. So there is something in this game called half step, same thing as Guns 1. Half step is a little bit different in this game, so this is what half step looks like. So it doesn't slide across the ground in a straight line just like Guns 1 does, and you're unable to kind of like shoot right out of it. I guess you could if you want to. Right? You could technically shoot right out of it, but with the gun that I currently have, a sniper rifle, right? I am unable to weave in shots just like Guns 1's shotgun is, so it's a little bit different, right? But with that being said, half step allows you in this game to be able to dash multiple times in a single jump, which is a super important feature to have when you're trying to make unpredictable movement, fast movements, and trying to run away. This is what half step would look like. There we go. Alright, that's what half step would look like, and it's just that fast. You can even do faster if you are faster than me. And there's also DHS chaining, which allows you to do it 3 dashes in a single jump, which is super fast. But although the way that I do it, which is a legacy half step dash cancel, is the most optimal and most realistic way to go about it with half step and going around the map. And there's also another core mechanic that this game also has, which you're able to hold shield, which in this case I hold the shift key. In this game, I know other people use their mouse for the shield for other game and Guns 1. If you hold shield, dash, and swap weapons to melee and left click, I can have my gun out and instantly pull out a melee move, this is super important to keep in mind, especially when you are, like, let's say I'm out of bullets on my sniper rifle and I really need to reload, but I'm in a scenario where I really need to pull out some sort of hitbox to get an enemy off me. I'm gonna say I'm in the middle of a reload animation, I just quickly swipe them, right? So that's also another core mechanic in this game, and it's also really good just going around the map and such. There's also another core mechanic that half dash / half step has, where you're able to do a half dash jump, which allows you to essentially have a double jump in the air. Guns 1 doesn't have this, only Guns 2 does. So it allows you to jump again in the air, and you can do it as many times as you want. It has 0 cooldown. You could even use half step against the wall. And there's also a quarter slash, which is a simple dash, jump, and left click at the same time, and it would look like this. You could even weave it in combos just like that. So that's pretty much it as far as half step. You could even do like abilities. And you can even do taunts if you're into that. I guess you can even do taunt into abilities, which I can show you here. And you could do it at any point up in the air, like as high as you want. Unfortunately, I use a sniper rifle and I can't use my R ability. Maybe I'll grab this and I'll show you. Just like that. I'm pretty consistent with it. I've pretty much mastered the ways of the half step, as you can say, and this is my top level perspective of how like Guns 2 is all about. Okay, so as far as the character that I'm playing, this is Guns 2 Ivan. Ivan is known for his very good sword damage output and combos, as well as the sniper rifle. It's a 2-shot body shot with the specific sniper they have, and a 1-shot on the head depending on how much HP they have. And it is a very good gun. a lot of these guns, like the sword that I'm currently using, it looks really cool, but this is not the best sword in the game. This is objectively the best sniper in the game, but there are plenty of other snipers that are great. There's this SMG, which is probably the best SMG in the game, stuff like that. So a lot of these weapons are accessible for everyone. Of course, it does require hacks/grinding if you wanted to use these weapons, or you have to spend a lot of money, which of course we would much prefer using the hacks, because of course this is a like GunZ is, like, as a franchise, is a very not so popular game anymore, kind of a dead franchise. So with that being said, nobody really cares, and the development team is no longer there, so we can kind of get away with it. So as far as this character goes, you just half step around, go for positioning stuff, and try to look for shots with your sniper, and if you're able to get in, just weave in a sword hit. And that's pretty much Ivan. There's a lot of specific traps and setups that you can do with this character, but I'm not going over that. This is just like what this game is all about, kind of thing. So that's pretty much Ivan from GunZ 2, but now there's another character that I wanted to show off. This is Wayne. Wayne is super cool, and he's the most similar to any GunZ 1 related stuff. He isn't exactly the way that you would envision it, but he does have a reload cancel. As you can see, so this is my rifle, right? So you see on the bottom right corner of my screen, I have 3 bullets. I am going to do a reload cancel, where I jump, dash, and I can only dash with whip. With these other weapons, I roll, right? As even with my revolver, right? So I dash, swap to my rifle, reload, shoot. And you see how every time that I shoot, and you can see, and if you look carefully, every time I shoot and I do this reload shot, a bullet goes into my chamber again. And this is essentially like a super core mechanic with this character, and it is essentially required if you ever want to take Wayne to a higher level of gameplay, I suppose. And as the mechanic I mentioned earlier, which is being able to have another weapon out, such as this, and be able to hold shield, you're able to essentially slide across the ground with this character. It has a really cool effect. And this is essentially a really core mechanic for this character, because you're able to do the reload shot and then do a whip, and you can kind of shoot people while whipping at the same time, which kind of allows for some sick plays. And also he has his revolver, which allows him to, if you are a certain level, I believe it's level 15, it might be higher, you shoot, and regardless if the character, the enemy is shielding or not, it essentially knocks him down on the ground. And it is a really good, because Wayne, this character's biggest weakness is people just holding shield against him, because, you know, his whip can't really do anything with that. People can shield against that, or people can just shield his rifle shots. You know, there's not really much he can do, so instead he just uses this to break people's shields, and that's the whole point of it. This character is overall just really, really amazing, and I love playing this character. So there's a lot of mechanics with this character, but with that being said, that's pretty much it for both of these characters. And like, there is a ton of half step as well as shield canceling and quarter slash related techniques, mechanics in this game. There's tons of stuff that I didn't show off quite yet. There's a lot of butterfly combos you can do. Quarter slash kind of fits into that category of like its own specific mechanic, because GunZ 1, there's all these different butterflies, right? But it's like you have GunZ 2 and you have all these other butterflies on top of quarter slash. So you have all these things just like GunZ 1, and then you have quarter slash, which quarter slash, if you're really, really good at it, or a lot of players macro for it, which I don't, and nobody should either, but if you because it is a very difficult technique to perform, and especially doing it very consistently, because it's nearly frame perfect and the frame window is very small. You can lead into super cool flashy combos. But that's essentially it. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is my GunZ 2 video for GunZ 1 players.